Chris Anderson here for CP Rundown. Obviously, we're not here at Cedar Point. There's some pretty major construction going down south, Kings Island. I'm here with Don Helbig. Let's check it out. So what's going down at Kings Island this year?
Well, we're at the Banshee construction site. Banshee is going to be the world's longest inverted roller coaster. It's going to be 4,124 feet long. Riders are going to go through 7 inversion speeds up to 68 miles per hour. And the $24 million ride is going to open in mid-April.
Awesome, awesome. Is any crazy construction problems that you guys have had or anything like that? Or
none whatsoever. And that's one of the amazing things that we come out here every day, and it doesn't matter if it's been snowing, it's rain, freezing rain, or like today when it's 11 degrees. The construction crew just keeps plowing forward.
Yeah, awesome. And tell us a little bit about how it came about. Like, how was it created and everything?
We knew back in 2009 when we opened Diamondback that 2014 was going to be the next big major thrill ride that we put in, and just kind of went back and forth a little bit to decide what type of ride we wanted. For the longest time, going back to the mid-90s, our guests have wanted an inverted roller coaster, and so we're giving our guests what they've been asking for, long overdue. And in deciding to build an inverted roller coaster, obviously B&M, they're the masters at this. They just do phenomenal work. Very pleased with what they did at Diamondback. Building that, and you look at the other Cedar Fair parks, and just really over the top, 50 steel roller coasters out there. How many of them are made by B&M? So they were the right manufacturer to do this for us, and so here we are with Banshee, giving our guests what they've been asking for. And if you look at all the other inverted roller coasters out there, the best elements of all those rides have been incorporated into this one.
Okay, tell us a little about, is there any sand or anything inside the track, kind of like how Gatekeeper was, or to keep it quiet?
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of sand in it. I mean, it's still going to roar. You're still going to have that traditional B&M roar when you're experiencing this ride, but yeah, there is some sand in the track.
Okay, awesome. How heavy is the coaster? Is there like tons and tons of steel, or?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at each section of track is probably about 8 tons. So a lot of weight on the ride. Again, you got 4,124 feet of track, so very, very heavy ride.
Awesome. Is there any theming or anything planned for it, or?
One of the things with Banshee, when you're going through these 7 inversions, 68 miles per hour, you're not going to notice a lot of theming, but there's going to be some different props and things along the course. For our guests that were here in August when we were teasing the ride, and then afterwards announced, we had the Celtic tombstones located up front. So you're going to see several of those placed outside the ride. We'll have a nice entry plaza area, kind of familiar with Gatekeeper, how they had the ID sign. Same kind of concept here for that.
Awesome, awesome. So we're bringing the north down to the south, right?
yeah. I mean, it's I'm very excited about it, and just the planning and design team at Cedar Fair. I mean, they do an outstanding job at creating the entry experience for each of the rides, and I think when our guests ride Banshee, that they're gonna really be excited about it, and it's a ride they're gonna want to do over and over again.
Tell us a little bit more about the trains and how they're going to look and everything.
Well, the trains will have 3 different colored trains, and this is the first time that these type of restraints have been used on a B&M inverted roller coaster. We're very excited about it, very similar to how Gatekeepers were, but they've made a couple of different adjustments since Gatekeeper was debuted, so those are a little bit concerned about that. It's going to be a very comfortable ride experience, and one of the unique things about it, it's going to make it a lot less, when you're on an inverted roller coaster, unless you're in the front seat, sometimes your view is obstructed. You're going to have a much clearer sight line when you're riding Banshee.
Awesome. So are the restraints, the vests going to lock, or are they
it's going to be the vest. Same kind of setup that you saw on Gatekeeper.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. And is there anything Scream-wise or anything? We got asked a question by one of the fans. Is there going to be a scream going on the lift or something like that?
We're looking at ways to incorporate the scream. That was such a popular element of the teaser video that we did and some of the other animation videos that are available on our website. So we're trying to figure out a way to incorporate that into the ride. But
awesome, awesome. And when is opening day?
Well, we're still in the process of finalizing our operating calendar. I know some of the other Cedar Fair parks have their calendar out there already, but with Kings Island, we have a lot of park sellouts and that take place in the fall, and we're trying to get those all finalized before we announce our schedule. But you can look forward to being able to ride Banshee, let's just say probably mid-April.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much, Don.
You're welcome.